Well, the time has come. The last run of the event. And there's no other person that we want to have for the finale than our friend Jaguar King. All Bosses Extreme, Metal Gear Solid. An awesome run. Take it away.
Hello everyone, Jaguar King here. Nice to meet you all. Apologize if my voice is not doing really well. A few days ago we had a big massive sandstorm and it pretty much wrecked me really badly, so I'm gonna try my best. Anyway, welcome to the finale. I'll be running Metal Gear Solid. This is the integral version, which is the fastest version on console, and it's gonna be all bosses category, and we're gonna do it like the big boys way, extreme difficulty, and I'm gonna try to aim for big boss rank if we can. Anyway, let's get started in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, you guys know about this game. It's an amazing game. It's probably my favorite Metal Gear Solid game to speedrun. There's something about this game makes me speedrun it compared to the others. It's probably, and it's pretty much the only Metal Gear game that I do multiple categories at. I mean, I have never done this with any other Metal Gear game. I mean, I speedrun any percent, I speedrun PC, all bosses PC, any percent PC, and even glitchless, and some of the other things like VR training, not VR missions, but VR training. Soon we're gonna do some VR missions, hopefully in the future. And yeah, there's something about this game, especially the all bosses category, that is unique about it. The first 30 minutes, the first 35 minutes of the run in all bosses is non-stop actions until you get captured in the cell. Small, pretty much movements tech here. I actually forgot the English word for it, but basically I am influencing this guard so he does not bothers us as we go into the elevator once it comes in. And this is the dock, and unfortunately there is nothing we could do about it other than just wait for the elevator. This is not like Twin Snakes, for example, 2 runs ago with Mr. Blue Metal, where he was not in the extreme difficulty, but a normal, easy, and very easy. You can actually do what we call the Prozac skip and skip this. Hopefully we're gonna have something like that in the future, because I've been speedrunning this game since 2015, and I thought there might not be any new things that might end up getting discovered, and look who we are right now. We have stuff like Boba Skip, Weapon Glitch, we have Strafe into the snowfield, we have so many things that get new discovered every now and then, and I believe there will be something coming up in the future for this game soon. Hopefully soon. And when I say soon, hopefully like next year we're gonna have something big, but it is what I like about this game so much. So here's the elevator. We're gonna knock at the perfect moment right here. Then we're gonna go all the way to the left, and then we're gonna ride the elevator. Kick this dude. Yes, we can kick him. And yeah, the run is gonna start officially. So I'm doing Big Boss's rank. Basically, the requirement for Big Boss's rank, you need to beat the game in less than 3 hours, with 0 continues, 4 maximum alerts, and 1 ration use, and maximum of 25 kills. And basically, this is actually, the requirements are not very strict. The issue here is that sometimes things does not go the way you wanted it to be, especially with some of the skips that we're gonna have to do, which is the biggest one. For example, is gonna be the weapon glitch against Sniper Wolf. Sometimes it fails and sometimes it doesn't. You know what? I'm gonna take this safely because I don't want to mess this up this early. One of the things about all bosses especially is that you do not want to get damaged until you make it at least to the cell section. And the reason for that is because the amount of health, especially on extreme difficulty, your health does not regenerate after you beat a boss. Unlike the other difficulties where your health regenerates after you beat a boss and level up, in extreme difficulty, it doesn't. And which means we're gonna stay with this amount of health until the torture sequence, so I need to be careful so I do not end up getting damaged quite a lot. Keep in mind we have a ration to use, but I would rather keep that rations until after Sniper Wolf 1. So we're gonna have to be extra careful here. The game will pretty much give you full health. There are instances in the game where it pretty much decides it will give you health. The first one is going to be once I make it to the torture sequence. After that, I will not get any health replenishes until the fight against Rex, then Liquid, then the escape sequence. So you have 4 health replenishes. So here's the tank hangar. We're going to do this the safe way. So there's a faster way that saves 33 seconds, but it's all about safety, especially in a marathon run. You do not want to do some of the risky stuff here. And like I said earlier, the issue here is that you do not want to mess up this early. You do not want to get damaged this early. You want to play as perfect as possible until at least you make it to the cell fight. Keep in mind, although I'm going to try to go for a big boss's rank, my number one priority here is to not game over. If I can't game over, if I do not game over, that's all I want. It doesn't matter that I can kill extra more guards or get more alerts or use more than 1 rations. As long as I do not game over, that's the goal, especially on a marathon run. Yeah, getting a big boss rank is nice, but you need to understand that you need to be lucky in certain sections in the game. One of them, like I said, the boba skip, which is, I think, pretty much is going to be the number 1 killer of this run. If everything goes smooth, if I do not get that 50-50 or that coin flip, things is going to be hectic, and we're probably going to game over and try again. So this is the Darba Chief. Rip. Yeah, he dies. So you hear some noise outside. Someone is getting strangled. I wonder who he is. And then you hear some footsteps, and then we're gonna start the first encounter, which is where things can be a little bit tough. Remember when I said we need to try to get as... we do not want to get damaged quite a lot this early in the game. Good RNG with the guard. So this is the first phase. This is the cell fight. We're gonna have to try and take down this guard. Keep in mind, I'm trying to go for a big boss's rank, which means I cannot kill a lot of guards here. I would like, and I would love Meryl to do her job, and pretty much kill these guards for me. So I'm gonna stand next to her and try to soften these guards up, lowering their health. I'm pretty much distracting the guards so Meryl can kill them quite easily. Okay, that was a bad analog drift. That's unfortunate, but 1 hit, that's not actually that bad. So my analog drifted to the right. So I'm shooting these guards, stunning them quite enough so Meryl can kill them. And for the final fight, for the final 3 guards, I'm gonna try and kill these guards. Alright, not bad, not bad. It could have been better. Unfortunately, that rift screwed us over. But we are in a good shape. We only, get shot once. It's not that bad at all. But I would rather things would be better. But so far, this is a marathon. You need to expect things would go wrong anytime soon. It's not like I'm doing actual world record attempt or PB attempt where you need to, oh, okay, we're resetting. Nope. We're gonna have to keep on going and pretty much work what we have here. So now that we have got the PAL or the PAN key card from the DARPA chief, and he told us we need to meet Baker. So here we're picking up the C4, I'm picking up the grenade here for the upcoming boss fight. I'm gonna do something very risky that I've been doing for quite a long time, and it's really amazing that you can actually do this. So let's hope I can do this quite a lot, or I can do this perfectly. So this is Ocelot. And that was Ocelot. So what you saw... Thank you very much. So what you saw was the grenade strats. This is not an easy strat. the movements here need to be close to perfect. You cannot mess up your movements here. You need to cook the grenade also at a specific time, so you can guarantee Snake to throw the grenade as far as possible. So the more you cook the grenade, the more distance Snake is going to end up throwing that grenade. So by doing that movements that I'm actually doing, I'm wasting too much time, so I can cook the grenade as much as possible and throw it at a far away distance. Because the moment the explosion hits at least one of the wires by a pixel, it's gonna blow up the entire thing and it's gonna end up killing Baker, and then that's game over. So now we're supposed to call Meryl. He told us about, hey, you know that female soldier that you fight with? Yeah, you need to call her. Thankfully, we do not need to do so. Calling Meryl, like, waste 50 seconds, but we're gonna do our first glitch in this game, which is, we call it the vent glitch. So you remember that vent that we come up from earlier? So I'm gonna go back to it, and then, whoop, we are outside, we are out of bound, and then I'm gonna navigate this area right here and avoid the laser room, and hit the trigger for the gate right here. This will take us to the canyon and into the next fight. Yeah. Who's Meryl again? I don't know who she is. So here's the next fight. This is the tank, and we need to take a specific line. And this line is very specific, otherwise things could go really, really messed up. And I think I screwed it up. Hopefully I did not. Alright, so that's the first part of the fight. I'm gonna position myself right here. Perfect. So that's the tank fight. I mean, back in 2016, 2015, when I started speedrunning this game, the tank used to be the hardest fight in the game, and I'm not joking. It was literally the gatekeeper of the run. Your run does not start until you beat the tank. I mean, it was really, really an awful fight. It was actually one of the reasons why I started focusing on any percent over all bosses back then. I mean, I was getting sick of the tank. The tank was not a good, like, an easy fight like I just demonstrated right here. Until an amazing person from Italy named Trompancino, who figured out this line, which is really, really good, that pretty much guarantees, not guarantees, but make things quite a lot easier than what it used to be with the tank. By using a chaff grenade and taking a specific line with the D-pad, you pretty much approach the tank and finish it with 2 grenades with the specific positioning and specific movements as well. Shout outs to Trompancino for that, because that tank used to be an abysmal. So here we picked up the Nikita. This is the Nikita. We're going to use it on the next part. So coming up is going to be a room full of gas, yellow gas. And it looks like fart, but I don't think it's fart. Who knows? I don't know why there's a deadly gas here and who sprayed it, but we're gonna keep on going. And by the way, the floor is electric, which means it's probably a security system. So here's Deep Throat. He told us, hey, you need to shoot a Nikita and destroy a power transform on the other side by using the Nikita and navigate it here, the missile. Quite simple. And then you explode it, and that's it. And yeah, this is the entire thing. Quite easy. And remember that we should have picked up the FAMAS after Baker, but now is the best time to pick it up. You do not need the FAMAS, but the reason why we pick it up this early is because this will allow us to pick up ammo. As much ammo as possible for Psycho Mantis coming up soon. So something is going on here, and suddenly there's these dead people that is being slaughtered. Wow, this is a graphic scene. I wonder what happened. Apparently a ghost killed them. And I don't believe in ghosts, but it looks like there's some kind of... someone cut them with a blade, like Snake said. So coming up is a fight that is very unique. It actually surprises me that I'm fighting.
Now, make me feel it. Make me feel alive.
A ninja with a sword. And this fight is very unique than the other fights that I have done quite far, because I'm actually fighting this ninja
Good. Now,
as warriors.
warriors. Hand to hand. It is the basis of all combat. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm actually... Every time I see this fight, I can see how genius this fight is. This fight forces you to fight the ninja hands to hand. And you can use a weapon, but it's actually better to use your fist here. Okay, that was kind of bad RNG. And thankfully, I did not get hit, which is a good thing. And the bad thing is that I punched a little bit too early, which means that I'm gonna end up with an extra cycle. So this is the second phase. That was actually good. Way better than I thought. So the second phase, he teleports to random places, and you need to figure out where he's gonna go by listening in your headset. So this is the final phase. We're gonna do some risky stuff here. I'm gonna position myself close by, and as he close into me, I'm gonna start punching him. Usually what you need to do is that you want to go next to him, and then he teleports. Okay, this actually should fix the issue, the mistake that I did earlier in the fight. Now we're not gonna get an extra cycle. Alright. One more combo. Okay, what happened? I think my controller just stopped working. Yep, it stopped working. That's unfortunate. Just a sec. So, okay, it's not working at all. Let me fix this.
Well, while we got a sec, I'll read a quick donation from Kent, who donates $10.69. Always good to see the king in a marathon. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Ken. Truly appreciate it. So, yeah, that was weird. I mean, that never happened before. And it's at the end of the fight. This was actually an oof. Big, massive oof, in my opinion, because this is a lengthy fight, and to game over like this against the ninja is definitely kind of weird. And soul-crushing, to be honest. This is like an approximately 3 to 4 minute kind of a fight. You cannot speed it up. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but we're gonna keep on going, because what we can do, I'm not gonna reset, although I'm actually want to reset, because this is actually terrible. Yeah, this is the issue sometimes, especially when you're a speedrunner. When you play at a high level, you can do a pretty much type of an abuse to your controllers and to your hardwares, and sometimes things like this happen. So you need to make sure that you do not end up into this situation at all. Make sure that your hardware, your controllers are working properly. So that's a bad RNG. I'm gonna try and do something scary. So this is an interrupting attack. So I'm interrupting the lunges of the ninja. Okay, we're gonna take this safely. Alright, let's focus up. The issue with the ninja, like, he is definitely a scary fight to the fight, because he can actually kill you with one hit. So you need to be careful when you fight him. Especially his back attack with his punch or his sword. With this amount of health that I actually have, he can literally one-shot you. So you need to be careful against him.
I remember that punch.
Yeah, let's take this safely.
Do you remember, Snake? The feel of battle. The clashing of bone and sinew.
So what I did is something like kick cancel. Normally you do this on this fight. It's actually kind of helpful, especially if you miss up a punch. By pressing the X or the crouch button, you can actually cancel your combo. And you can pretty much run away and avoid getting hit by the ninja. It's actually quite useful in certain areas. Unfortunately, for some reason, it does not work during the final fight against Liquid. So that is the ninja. He was that ninja, and that's probably going to be the final or the last time we're going to see him. And that is something that I always ask myself. This is actually a plot hole into the game itself. The ninja disappears, and you never see him ever again until the end of the game. What happened to him? Where does he go? Unfortunately, he does not appear unless you do something kind of out of ordinary. Actually, during the torture sequence, if you do not escape, he's going to come in and open the door for you. But that is something that does not make sense to me, that I always think about it. But this is a speed run, and this is not a lore like explanation kind of a stream. So we're going to keep on going with the run here. So now that we have defeated the ninja, we need to go and meet Meryl. Yeah, that female soldier? Wait, Meryl? Who's Meryl? I never met her before. Ah, the woman that we fought, that we never called? Okay. We're gonna have to meet her. How should I suppose, or how should I know that I need to talk to her? Oh, she moves in this specific way. Okay, let's go and meet her then. So we're gonna pick up stun grenades. Usually you need only one, but for the safety purposes, we're gonna pick up two. So the stun grenades will be gonna be used for the Psycho Mantis fight, a fight that is so genius, and I consider it like one of the best fights in the entire series. The fight itself is so well designed and so full of mind-blowing stuff that I have never seen any boss fight in the entire series as unique as Psycho Mantis. You start playing with your minds the moment before you can actually like start the fight against him. So yeah, we're gonna meet him. And let me make sure this thing is on. Okay, it's on.
Better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me.
You have time for one quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Jack2Rocks donates $100
What happened to the
with
music?
no comment. Thank you very much for the generosity.
Make sure
Big
you're
ol'
ready, okay?
$100.
Thank you very much, Jack Turok. You're the man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it with all of my soul. And hopefully I'll be able to make you guys entertained. So, there's a quick, small optimization here. By taking few steps, you can speed up the process here. So by standing at this position and then wait, and then I'm gonna take 3 extra steps right here. This will pretty much guarantee that you can trigger this cutscene as fast as possible, and you do not have to like screw it up or lose time in the process. So here, Mantis is now controlling Meryl. I'm picking up as much ammo as possible in preparation for the fight. And then I'm gonna pick up something different. I'm picking up a different controller here. So Mantis, we're gonna do something we call the Mantis phase skip. So basically we're gonna have to damage Mantis a specific amount of time, which is 19 time. 4, 5. Okay, 5. Okay, that's fine. So I need to damage him 19 times. Okay, 11. 12. Probably I shot him even more, but that's okay. Okay, that is a phase skip. Which is completely fine. We're gonna have to go to another blackout, unfortunately. So what happened is that if you damage him at a specific frame, you can prevent him to go from a phase, and that's what actually happened with him. I'm gonna shoot him 2 more times just to make sure. Alright, so should be fine. So, yeah, if you damage Mantis at a specific frame as he tried to start his next phase, you would end up skipping that phase, and that would actually happen. He was supposed to use the phases on the right side, but we ended up skipping that because we shot him at a specific frame. So he's controlling Meryl again, and we're gonna have to knock her out again.
But I know your weak point. Meryl, stand right where he can see you and blow your brains out. Stop, Meryl!
And we're gonna flip her, and I'm gonna stand right here, and now hopefully he's gonna be far away. And now I did another escape phase. I'm gonna chill right here, and then I'm gonna start shooting him from far away. Oops. Alright, let's take things safe. So yeah, now we're gonna get closer and shoot him until he dies. And that is Psycho Mantis. Unfortunately, not the best Mantis, but can't complain. You want to beat Mantis before he can go to his second blackout. But thanks to the fact that he ended up going into skipping a phase, we ended up with a blackout, but that's okay. So here I'm picking up the stun grenade. We're gonna do another skip. Remember that air vent skip that we did in the tank hangar? We're gonna do it here. We're gonna do something we call the cave skip. So you need to go and navigate this cave. Fun fact, in the older builds of this game, this area used to be way bigger and way longer and way more confusing, I mean, compared to what we have right here. And from what I saw, if you can see that actually in one of the old trailers for this game, you can see this area used to be way big. It was supposed to mimic the jungle area where you follow the Green Beret guy on the jungle area from Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. However, you do this with Meryl inside the cave, and they ended up cutting that part and make it more simplified.
This place is mine. I'll take point again. Stay back, okay?
But the radar isn't working. And since we can't use the mine detector either...
Leave it to me.
Apparently, Meryl has some kind of vision, and now she knows what is going on here. She's saying that there are mines, and I don't know what she is drawing with her footsteps. Looks like a duck. Is it a duck or a submarine? Or is it a hat? I'm not sure. I mean, she's going left, up, right, down, right, up, and then up, left, and...
So, what do you think? Pretty good, huh?
She thinks it's cool.
It sounds weird, but when Mantis dove into my mind, I was able to see where the mines were placed. Are you impressed?
Well, a little bit.
Although I appreciate the hard work, but yeah, only a little. Only a little. Someone aiming at us.
Meryl.
So Meryl gets shot. So if you watch Blow Metal's TDS run, one of the good thing about Twin Snake is the fact that the amount of backtrack is significantly lower on Twin Snake. Unfortunately, we do not have this luxury in Metal Gear Solid 1. We're gonna have to go all the way back to the armory. I throw the stun grenade to stun the dogs here, so we can have a safe passage. I did something here called Quick Rise by pressing the triangle and then immediately pressing X, let going of triangle and pressing X. You will do something called a Quick Rise, and you will pretty much skip the animation of Snake, like getting up. It's definitely useful, especially on this part, but it's useful in other parts as well. So we're gonna have to return all the way back to the armory, and there's not much on the way. It's one of the things that I actually quite hate about speedrunning MGS1, the amount of backtracking that the game actually have. I do not mind it, but sometimes it feels like it is a cheap way to lengthen the game. I mean, I can understand having to backtrack all the way to the armory, but for the PAL keycard later on, I mean, I guess the rumors and what people said that this game is really, really short, is the shortest game in the entire series, is kinda true. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So we're back to the canyon. I'm gonna try and take a specific line here to avoid getting hit. I'm probably gonna end up getting hit. Nope, we're lucky. So there are mines and there are turrets that you need to avoid. The line that I just took allow me to avoid getting damaged by both. I mean, it's scary at first, but once you know the movement, you should be completely fine. You can use a chaff grenade and make it more safe, but I'm gonna have to do it the speedrun ways. Well, I should have done it the speedrun ways and the big boys ways with the ninja and not game overing there. So into B2, and this is where the PSG-1 is located. However, there are guards here, so we need to move perfectly and safely. So there's a guard here. Once he turns around, we're gonna throw him. There are lasers, and for some reason my X button did not work, so I'm gonna take a game over. Okay, there's something wrong with my controller here. I don't know what it is, but it is not working the way it is. That's game over number 2. That is embarrassing. I guess it has something to do with the Bluetooth. So yeah, I forgot to mention we're playing on PSTV, and PSTV is basically a PlayStation Vita. I'm gonna do a punch here for safety. So PlayStation TV is a PlayStation Vita. Yeah, you know Vita, the Vita, that's handheld that Sony released back in 2012. So yeah, in 2014 they have released a version of it with HDMI output that allow you to connect it to your monitor and hook up a controller on it, either DualShock 3 or DualShock 4. And unfortunately, the PlayStation TV is not the perfect way to speedrun and play the game with. The amount of input lag that the game actually have compared to the like for example playing on an emulator, hell, even PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2 is long or big. The amount of input lag is so awful, and it is something that you need yourself to adjust as a speedrunner, and it's kind of annoying, really annoying. And I guess that's what actually happens. Sometimes there are some instances, especially when you speedrun the game at a high level, that you notice that sometimes an input drop would happen. And sometimes that your inputs are severely delayed. And if you play the game for a long period of time, and you might be wondering, then why are you playing a PlayStation TV instead of like PlayStation 2 or PSP? It is by far the fastest way to speedrun the game. I mean, who knows? Maybe this will change later with the release of Master Collection at the end of the year. Maybe playing on PS5 is going to be faster, although I doubt that we're going to end up having fast disk speed option. The reason why we prefer speedrunning on PlayStation TV because it has fast disk speed option, and the fast disk speed option does not crash the game, unlike on PS2. If you try to do fast disk speed on PS2, you're going to end up with weird visual glitches, and sometimes the game crashes on you. And that is definitely not pleasant for you. So here's Sniper Wolf. We're gonna do something we call the weapon glitch. Let's see if we can do it. And we did not get it. Second try. Oh dear. She killed us. So, yeah, Sniper Wolf 1 is by far the hardest fight in the game if you try to do it legit. I mean, there's a lot of reason why, and I'm gonna explain it quite a lot after this fight, but we're gonna do the cheese way. So I'm trying to attempt to do weapon glitch, and there we go, we are successful. So now, I'm gonna approach her, and we're gonna defeat Wolf in a way that should not even exist. Oh, hi there. Okay, punch her, please, Snake. Get up. Get up. Will you please get up? Wolf? I know you admire my feet, but please get up. Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna have to punch her like this, and you can see that things are not quite right, because you're not supposed to do this fight this way. So yeah. So by doing the weapon glitch and equipping the sniper rifle, the PSG-1, for some reason the game think, hey, you are not supposed to move with the PSG-1. So the game think that you are standing still, and this, we're gonna have to take this opportunity to cross the barrier and allow us to approach Wolf and fist her. I'm sorry for saying that, fist her until we defeat her completely. Yeah, you're not supposed to do this fight this way, but it's actually kind of funny, and it's actually way faster. Not faster, but way more safe than trying to fight her legit. The reason why she is the hardest fight in the game is because normally you need to remember that Metal Gear Solid is a PS1 game. It was released for PlayStation. The original PlayStation was not a strong hardware. It had some frame rate issue. If you try to play the game on disc on the original PlayStation, especially first-gen PlayStations, you will see there's quite a lot of frame drops happening, and Sniper Wolf 1 fight and 2 is one of these fights. The frame rate is significantly got lower when you fight Wolf, thus slowing down the fight to even to a digit even. And this will make the fight quite easier for you, especially when you try to defeat her on hardest difficulty, because everything is slow, allowing you to have more time to aim at her and pretty much avoid her shot at the same time. Well, trying to play this game on PSTV, the lag and the frame drops is pretty much eliminated, which means you are fighting her at full speed, and which means you need to have lightning speed movements and aiming at her in order to stand a chance and fight her at equal grounds. Plus, if you notice, I did not pick up the diazepam. The speedrun strats for this, you do not pick up the diazepam, which means you're gonna have to deal with the gun being moving around and wobbling all the way. And yeah, it's not an easy fight actually. And especially if you try to beat her as fast as possible, you can take your time. But keep in mind, we are speedrunners. We're trying to do this fight as fast as possible. So yeah, it is not an easy fight. And if we can only pick up the diazepam, or the diazepam is actually close by, the fight will be significantly easier. But for the time being, I believe we should do weapon glitch because it's actually more funny and more safe because Wolf cannot shoot you once you do the weapon glitch. So yeah, we got captured and Meryl is gone. RIP. Yeah, Meryl is gone. She is not with us anymore, unfortunately. And because, wait, who's Meryl? Yeah, that female soldier? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she is hella RIP. And we need to do this because it's actually the fastest way to speedrun the game. Trying to save Meryl wastes 5 minutes, unfortunately. You're going to end up with an extra cutscene, an extra Kodak call, plus you're going to have to survive the 2 sessions of Ocelot torturing you. But all you have to do is just press select and that's it. You do not need to worry about that. You do not have to save the girl like in the movies. We're gonna be the big bros here and pretty much escape with Arakan because Arakan is the man. Enough that he is an otaku. He watches anime for God's sake. And who do not love anime? So, would you rather save a woman who love war and enjoy war and want to be a soldier, or someone who love anime and be a weeb? The choice is yours. So yeah, we're gonna escape here. So notice that I put the ketchup here. By positioning yourself right here, this will allow you to get up quickly and pretty much choke Johnny to death. And technically, remember when I said that the maximum amount of alerts that you need to get Big Boss's rank is actually 4 alerts. So the 4th alert was meant for Johnny here. However, if you position yourself close to the door, you can actually escape the cell and avoid getting alerts at all, thus allowing you to have an extra alert, which you can actually use it somewhere else. And the best place for us is the helipad. That is something that a lot of people do not know about. They say, hey, 4 alerts, they probably be mandatory. Well, yes, but you can do this small movement tech on the cell to escape and allow you to continue the game with 1 less alert. So now we have escaped. We're gonna have to get all the way to where we fight Sniper Wolf. This is one of the things that I said earlier about the backtrack, needless backtrack. I mean, yeah, there is nothing interesting going on. And this is where things like, where a game like Twin Snake actually excel at, is the fact that this kind of backtracking is almost, well, not the specific backtrack, but it's pretty much gone. So yeah, coming up is something that is quite interesting, and hopefully we're gonna get it first try. On August 14th, 2021, a streamer by the name of Boba was playing Metal Gear Solid for the first time. She was struggling on the Tower Ascension part when she was dying quite a lot, and she was not doing really well in that part. So she made it to the frozen door, and suddenly something extraordinary happened. I remember I was at the gym back then, and my phone was pinging hard. I checked, it was like, oh, it's the Discord. Oh, it's the MGSR Discord. Okay, whatever. So I decided to mute it, and I was focusing on the workout. And once I'm done, I decided to go and start doing my cardio, because usually I do my cardio after my workout. And then I decided, all right, what is going on? I checked the Discord, and then I was like, what the? Okay. I cut out my cardio and went straight back to home. And my wife said, hey, you came out early, you finished early. I was like, yeah. And then, apparently, Boba was able to clip through the door, the frozen door that you cannot open because it's frozen from outside, and pretty much ended up skipping over 2 minutes. That is probably like the biggest skip that I have ever seen, like in my entire life, for a game that I've been speedrunning for a long time. And to able to experience that is something, and in something that I will never ever forget in my entire life. So yeah, shoutouts to Boba for discovering this. Well, it's not discovering, it's more like for like accidentally discovering, but shoutouts to her nonetheless. A lot of people are saying how these like skips get discovered. Well, what happened with Boba Skip is a good prime example of how things usually get discovered. Sometimes someone who did not touch the game or played the game or have even experience is playing these kind of games be the one who discovered these kind of stuff. And that's the thing what happened with Boba. So the thing about Boba Skip, it's a 50-50 chance. So hopefully we're gonna get it here. So we need to position ourselves perfectly. We got the angle, now let's hope we can get the 50-50. And we got it. Shoutouts to Boba. I forgot the song, but that's the Boba Skip. First try. This is actually quite beautiful. That's our friend, what we call it, the Boba Skip. So yeah, after like Boba pretty much tweeted about her discovery the next day, the entire community get together and pretty much starting to figure out what's causing it, how to replicate it. And within 3 hours, we were able to figure it out, how we can do the skip, plus make it even more safe. Shoutouts to everyone who actually found and pretty much spend more time in figuring out how we can do the skip. And it's now part of the Metal Gear Solid speedrunning history and pretty much cemented the name Boba forever as the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the most amazing skips that has been discovered in the game. So, we have made it here. Someone is here. I wonder who he is. Oh, it's Arakan. Yeah, shoutouts to anyone who pretty much was part of the figure out the Boba skip. Everyone, you guys are pretty much kings, in my opinion. So, we need to go and take care of a certain fly. There is a skip that you can actually do here, which is the hind skip. However, we cannot skip the hind because remember, this is all bosses. We need to defeat every boss in this game. From Ocelot, to the Tank, to the Ninja, to Psycho Mantis, to Sniper Wolf 1, to the Hind D, to Sniper Wolf 2, to Vulcan Raven, to Rix, and then Liquid. 10 boss fights, you need to defeat them and make sure all of their healths get to 0 before you can continue. And this is one of the main reasons why I like speedrunning all bosses, is because what I really believe is the biggest and greatest strength that the game actually have is the boss fight. Every boss fight is so unique compared to the other. Every one of them. I mean, with the exception of Sniper Wolf 2, but there's something about the bosses that make this game so much great for me. So this is the Hind D. What we're gonna do is something we call the Hind Cage, aka I call it sometimes the Nicolas Cage. Yeah, get it? Because this is a cage and this is a hind, so it is hind, so it is a Nicolas Cage. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for now. So, the first phase is pretty much simple. We're gonna have to shoot the hind and then head to the other side. And shoot the hind even more. Hopefully that's gonna hit. Yep, it is. So yeah, we're gonna keep on shooting the hind. And the second phase is gonna trigger, and this is where like the magic or the speedrunning magic is gonna happen. So the Hind is actually a quite scary fight. There's something with the Hind that pretty much can cause it to hit you triple times at the same exact frame, causing you triple the amount of damage, and sometimes, in rare occasion, quadruple amount of damage. Uh-oh, I think the control just shut down. Nope, we're good. So yeah, this is the second phase. I'm positioning myself right here, and now I'm gonna hope the Hind D is gonna go to the right. No, it's gone to the left, which is... Things gonna be a little bit scary and hectic, but I'm gonna try my best. Alright, we got damage, but we got the Hind D into position, but we should be fine. Nope, I don't think we'll be fine. Okay, I think we should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna have the rush and a safety. You know what? I'm gonna back up. Okay, I tried, but unfortunately we did not. Whoa! That was a weird maneuver. I have never seen that before. But it is not over yet. We can still have a backup for this. It's not over. But we're gonna lose some time. You ballsack. Okay. Alright. That was fine at the majority of the time, but at least it is faster than the intended way of fighting the Hind D. So basically, if the Hind D tries to go, usually when you shoot the Hind and the Hind is shooting back on the second phase, what's supposed to happen is that the Hind is going to try to go to the other side. They pretty much make it stuck into an AI loop by keep on shooting it over and over, thus pretty much preventing the Hind from going to the other side, and keep on shooting it over and over and over until the Hind is completely destroyed. However, unfortunately, we ended up with some bad angles, and the fact that the Hind ended up going to the left side instead of the right make things kinda, unfortunately, not ideal, but at least we have managed and beat the Hind way faster than the intended way by Mr. Hideo Kojima. So now we're gonna have to go all the way down. We have got rid of that annoying fly, and we're gonna use the grenade to destroy these turrets. So yeah, we do not have enough chaff grenades, so luckily we have enough grenades to destroy them by perfectly timing this cooking of the grenade. We can destroy these turrets. And then after that is gonna start another encounter in the game, which is an encounter that I quite hate quite a lot. And based on the fact that I was unfortunately unlucky, I'm gonna move my checkpoint right here. So I'm gonna wait for the elevator to open, and then I'm gonna go to the other side, and then I'm gonna go back to the elevator. So basically, in case I game over, instead of starting all over from the top, I'm gonna start from here. The reason here is that we're about to fight the 4 horsemen. So the 4 horsemen, aka Ultravox, are super soldiers, which means they deal massive amount of damage, 25% more damage than regular soldier. With this amount of health, I will end up with pretty much another patch of health, so I might even die in 2 shots if I'm not perfect, or 3 shots.
Too late, Snake. Now die.
That is perfect. So this is how this fight's supposed to be, but sometimes things are not gonna be as lucky as it looked like. So yeah, like I said earlier, they are super soldier, they deal a massive amount of damage, and the fastest way to kill them is by breaking their necks. So you need to go in and start breaking their necks one by one. And sometimes things does not go the way it is, but this is the way it is, so yeah. So coming up is a skip. Let's see if I can do it. It's been a long time since I did this skip. There we go. So this is what we call the D-Lime strafe, yeah. So yeah, Mr. D-Lime's found this. So basically, by positioning yourself really close to the trigger where Wolf can shoot you, go into first person, go to either right and left, then strafe towards the barrier slightly. You're gonna end up making Wolf miss the shot and then saving an extra. She's aiming at me. Nice. Where are you? So yeah, Wolf is... This fight is much easier fight compared to the first fight, because most of the time Wolf is gonna go in from a tree to a different one, and what we're gonna do is gonna try to shoot her as she is moving between the two areas. How did that miss? But that's okay. So yeah, this is the ideal way, is that you want to shoot Wolf as she's moving. Okay, that's unfortunate. I can't believe I missed quite a lot. Okay, I'm noticing a massive input lag here on my controller. I shot multiple times, but for some reason my shot did not come out. You know what? PSTV is a trash. I just realized speedrunning PSTV is a trash. No wonder a lot of people speedrunning the emulation or the emulator. So yeah, what I was trying to do is that I wanted to rabbit shot, but for some reason it didn't come out. I only shot once. But let's just not forget about that. Let's forget about that and pretty much go to Disc 2. Yeah, hopefully, my friends, that the Master Collection is gonna be good. We're not gonna have to deal with this massive amount of input lag and input delay that the game actually have. Although, I'm gonna be optimistic and hopefully it's gonna be like the superior version of this game. So here's the blast furnace. And that crane is no more, so you can actually destroy the crane. And surprisingly, a lot of people do not know about that. I was surprised by the amount of people who did not know, hey, wait, you can destroy this thing? I was like, yeah, you can. Wait, you did not know? I was like, no, I did not know that. So yeah, you can actually destroy the crane and send it to Kingdom Come. So, and you do not need to deal with the RNG of it anymore. And yeah, pretty much continue with the run. So here's the cargo fight. This is our super soldiers as well. Perfect. So yeah, damageless cargo fight is something really good and pleasant to see. So yeah, the cargo fight here, the best way, just like the Four Horsemen fight, is that you wanna kill the guards as fast as possible, and the best way either by breaking their necks or throwing them out of the platform. So the best way, of course, you're gonna want to throw them out of the platform because it's actually the fastest way. Plus, you will be able to avoid getting shot. Because the strats that I'm actually doing, we also do it for other categories as well. In any percent, you do not want to take this amount of damage, because health is very, very important, and losing too much health is gonna make things quite a lot worse compared to other categories here. Yeah, extreme difficulty, like I said earlier, it's not something that to be messed with. The margin of error that you can do on extreme difficulty is very small. So, coming up, remember the dude inside that tank, the big boy? Yeah, he's here, and he have a Gatling gun, and we're gonna fight him. And his fight is pretty much the most hilarious fight in the game. I mean, I don't know why his fight is the way it is, but it is. So yeah, by positioning yourself here, you can actually keep on shooting Raven with the Nikita, and he cannot do anything about it. He's pretty much stuck, and for some reason he cannot shoot my rockets like he normally do. Which is actually kind of odd, because in the Japanese original version of the game, he will always shoot your rockets. But I don't know what in the world Konami ended up doing here that pretty much ended up giving him and giving his bullets iframes so he cannot shoot my rockets at all. And that's Raven, my friends. I mean, I don't know what just happened with him, but that's Raven. So, yeah, so we are 8 bosses down. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. This is like coming up is like the slowest part of the run and the most boring section in the game. Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do about it. Keep in mind, there's a bounty, I think by me, if I remember correctly. There's still a bounty for anyone who can find a way to skip the entirety of the PAL keycard section. So, this is the section where you need to get the PAL keycard from the drainage ditch or the rat here. So if there's a way to avoid and skip this entire section, there's a huge bounty for it. So hopefully there's gonna be a day where I'm gonna see where we're gonna be able to skip this damn boring section of the game, because it is by far the only section that is left, and once it's pretty much skipped, the game is gonna be completely broken, and we can even have runs up to like 20 minutes. So yeah, like I said, it's a boring section. The PAL keycard section is by far one of the most boring section in the game. It is a cheap way to lengthen the game, and yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it for the now. Unlike Twin Snakes, like Blue Metal demonstrated, unfortunately these 2 pipes at Rex's lair do not exist. So we're gonna have to do this the old way, which is going back to the warehouse and then the blast furnace, and yeah, this whole process takes up to like 17 minutes. Oh yeah, there's one thing that I completely forgot. So these are... the floor actually produces noise. And by mashing R1, if you have a weapon equipped, you can actually reset Snake's animation and prevent him from producing noise from your steps and alluring other guards on the way. Which is actually kind of funny way that I think it's a developer oversight. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm pretty much resetting Snake's animation. I think it's actually kind of weird that the sound, your footsteps, is pretty much tied to Snake's animation, allowing you to do things like this. Because from what I know is that you're supposed to kill this guy or just wait he's out of the way. By the way, coming up is the rat. Yay! If you want to know what is the #1 run killer here in Metal Gear Solid, I present you the rat. So the rat, there are 3 locations where the rat is going to end up being. Hopefully he's going to be on the location that we want him to be, which is next to the drainage ditch. So I'm aiming my pistol. He is not here. Well, that's a bad RNG. GG, reset. That's the issue here. That's the rat. So, yeah. He is not here. So we're going to have to wait for him. Wait, how many times did we game over? Are we over 10 alerts? So basically, if you ended up with more than 10 alerts, the PAL key card is going to end up in the drainage ditch. Look at that little asshole. So yeah, the drainage, the card will be in the drainage ditch, pretty much allowing you not to deal with the card, or sorry, with the rat at all. He's gone. Oh, he's here. Okay. You're not gonna go anywhere. So basically, yeah, it's just gonna be on the drainage dish. However, you're gonna have to deal with the RNG because the card is gonna be in 7 different locations, and you need to pretty much figure out at least 4 of these in order to get a good RNG for the PAL key card. The problem is that you will lose Big Boss's rank. So this is something that you need to keep an eye on, especially when you try to go for Big Boss's rank. You cannot get too many alerts, otherwise you're going to end up losing Big Boss's rank. But some people do not care about Big Boss's rank, which is cool. I mean, beating the game as fast as possible is definitely a priority here. And now we're gonna start our journey to insert the PAL key card. Karen GS3, nice. A little buffer movements here. This will allow me. Okay, my R1 just dropped here. Yeah, PSTV is trash. I was mashing R1 as hard as possible, but it dropped.
Shit console.
Yeah, it is. I agree. I agree. Soon, my friend, soon. We're gonna enjoy that master collection. Hopefully there's gonna be fast disk speed on it.
That's what I'm afraid of, is the loads will be crappy like PS3 for some reason.
It is. The question is it gonna be using the PlayStation 5 PS1 emulator? I don't think it has fast disk speed in it. Or is it gonna use its integrated emulation, since the Master Collection and hopefully is gonna be releasing on other platforms as well, like the PC and Xbox Series S/X. But the only thing that we can do is we're gonna have to wait and see. But for the time being, we're gonna have to deal with the PlayStation TV. Sometimes you do not have to deal with these input delay. Sometimes a simple reset will make it work, and sometimes it doesn't. So right now it's not working, although I was practicing earlier actually, and I was not having any issues with input delays or input drops. But sometimes things happen like this, and input drops happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. I guess it also has something to do with the fact that I'm playing wirelessly. I'm actually not plugging my USB into my PS TV. Sometimes, like, this happen. So yeah, we're waiting for 61 seconds. I usually use the music as an audio cue, but since we're doing a marathon run, it's really good just to check for a second if the keycard has changed. Yes, the speedrunners, especially when you go for a world record attempt or a PB attempt, you need to use music cue because you do not want to go and check the menu, check the keycard manually. Because what if you end up missing the timing? You're gonna end up losing even way more time. So it's better to just adjust yourself to the music and find the music cue to exit. Some people uses music cue, some people uses a timer, which is all valid options. For me, I prefer using the music. Alright, we're back here. We're gonna insert the blue PAL keycard. Alright, nice. Unfortunately, 4 isn't being ported. But keep in mind, it's called Master Collection Volume 1. So there might be Volume 2? Maybe? And who knows what's gonna be on Volume 2? Another input drop. Yeah, whatever. I'm actually kind of worried about Liquid now, with the Liquid Infinite coming up soon. So, yeah, Volume 2. Who knows what's gonna be in it? Rising Revengeance, Portable Ops, Peace Walker. I mean, the same thing also happened with the Castlevania collection, I mean, a few years ago. There are 3 volumes for Castlevania, and Metal Gear probably is gonna be the same thing. Now we're gonna head all the way to the blast furnace. "60 FPS portable ops." I would love for that to happen, but I doubt it. I think from what I know is that the logic, the frame rate in that game is tied to logic, which means that if you increase the frame rate, the game speed is gonna go up tremendously. And since like portable ops is 20 FPS, it means that triple the speed of the game. Alright, things are not looking good with my Infinite, but alright, we're good, we're good. The thing about Metal Gear Solid 4, unfortunately for people who do not know, and I'm sorry if I'm talking about something that is not the speedrun. The thing about MGS4 is that there's a lot of things in MGS4 that's pretty much quite a hassle and prevent the game from being ported. Like some of the copyright materials that the game actually have, like you have the iPod, you have the Playboy magazine, you have the DualShock 3 when you control the Metal Gear Mark II. You have the PSP, which Sonny plays with in the Nomad. So, in order to port the game, they had to get rid of all of that. They're gonna have to get rid of all of that. Imagine Konami going to Apple, hey, we need to license the iPod on MGS4. Oh yeah, sure, pay $100 million for us. This is why I'm 100% against any copyrighted materials that is not from the company that is developing the game. I mean, what is the reasons why Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 is has been removed from the digital storefront is because of these copyrighted stuff in the game. The historic footage in MGS3. So it is something that I hope like companies would avoid quite a lot. So this is the blast furnace. We're waiting here. We're chilling. I'm actually kind of interested what kind of changes they're gonna end up with once they re-releases the game. Okay, the card is ready. Did they re-license the footage in MGS2 and MGS3? Did they ended up making or like redrawing some footage in the game? I'm actually quite interested to see the differences they actually ended up doing, because that's what they said in the press release regarding the Master Collection, that they did some changes for these copyrighted stuff in the game in both MGS2 and MGS3, and I'm actually kind of interested to see what they are. And you might be wondering how in the world that I did not get shot. Well, if you take a specific line and keep on moving, you will be able to move between the shots quite safely. We still have no ideas what is going on with the Master Collection. All we know that they did some changes. However, the changes, here's the thing, the changes were minimal. So maybe they did not changes, they didn't end up doing any changes whatsoever. Only small little changes here and there. So we're gonna have to wait and see what kind of changes they ended up doing here in the game for both MGS2 and MGS3. Maybe they relicensed these stuff. Who knows? I guess we can now finally enjoy MGS3 on PC, assuming it's on PC. I'm seeing a lot of people freaking out the fact that there is no Steam page for the Master Collection just yet, compared to like Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which have a Steam page. Is the collection coming to PS4? I believe so. Alright, we're getting close at the end game here. And the end game for the event. Alright, where is... Oh, I don't have it here, but just... That's okay. You don't think it's coming to PS4? To be honest, the details regarding the Master Collection is very vague. Some people actually are just suggesting that the HD collection is... The Master Collection is actually Sony's exclusive. Well, I hope not. I hope not. We're gonna have to wait and see. Alright, nice alerts. I mean, didn't you think it is kinda odd that there's a Steam page for Delta and not for the Master Collection, and Delta is coming probably at the end of next year, at the end of 2024, and the Master Collection, which is going to be releasing at the end of the year, does not have a Steam page. Well, I'm hoping for the best, of course. I want these games to be on all consoles: Xbox, PC, PS5, PS4, even Switch. But I believe there are some kind of weird shenanigans going on with it. Alright, back to the speedrun. Coming up, Metal Gear Rex. I'm gonna position myself at a specific spot by taking 13 steps forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Equipping the Stinger, and now we're gonna start the fights. And that is the first phase. I love this fight so much. Metal Gear. The ultimate weapon. Oh, just strafe right and left and you should be fine. Yeah. That's what I like about speedrunning this game. And not just Metal Gear Solid, any game in general. The amount of strats that you can do. And the amazing thing that you can actually do that blows the average player mind is what makes me love speedrunning. So phase 2, I'm gonna get myself hit intentionally. This is gonna position myself perfectly underneath Rex, allowing me to shoot the cockpit quite perfectly while avoiding getting shot. That was mistiming, which is fine. We have a backup strat though. And that is Metal Gear Rex. Slightly slow. So yeah, you need to time your strafe. In the first phase, you strafe to the right and that's it. However, on the second phase, you need to strafe right for the laser and left for the gunshot. Otherwise, you're gonna end up getting hit. Usually by the gunshot if you do not strafe yourself to the left. So, coming up is the fight of the fights. Liquid. And there is something that is quite unique about this fight. Hopefully the game does not decide to drop my input because it's been doing this quite a lot lately. So, I'm gonna give you a small tutorial how you can liquidate this person with your punches.
At this height, it will kill even you.
So basically, hold left on your D-pad. Just hold left on your D-pad, not the analog, just the D-pad. Approach Liquid, throw him. Stand at this position, this here. Hold up left, throw him. Go, start punching. Yep, we got the drops, which is fine. We're gonna go for backup. Oh my god, this is not good. You guys can literally see the drops on my punches. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, there's something wrong with the PSTV. apparently. That is embarrassing, actually, as someone on the finale to do this. Here's another way. GG. That's unfortunate. We game over. But this is the ideal and the fastest way you want to do liquid. Yeah, unfortunately,
Hurry!
I do not want to be the person who complains a lot, but this is something. This is something. And for people who want to speedrun MGS1 and PSTV, especially on PSTV, this is something you need to be aware of. Maybe it is my PSTV, who knows? Maybe it is my PSTV. I'm having issues with my PSTV quite lately. It wasn't been shutting down as the way that I wanted it to be. Anyway, let's just continue with the run. So the escape sequence. Apparently, it turns out you can actually control the soldiers right here using your second controller. Yeah, your second controller, the one that you actually used to fight Mantis with, well, you can actually use it here. That's a bad RNG, that's unfortunate, but that's okay. Okay, we got the positioning, and there we go. So I'm holding my second controller here. I'm pressing down on left. Now all of these guys are moving. I'm gonna get them to Snake's line of fire, killing them in the process. That was kind of slow, but that's okay. That's fine. So yeah, this part used to be the most random part of the escape sequence, but thanks to the discovery about the fact that you can control these soldiers with your second controller here, it made things quite faster and easier. Unfortunately, it cannot be done on PC, which is fine, I guess. So this is liquid. We're gonna have to shoot him 6 times here in order to progress to the next part. This is the transition shot, which is good. Okay, that's fine. You want to get shot and delay your shot so you can get a guarantee shot like this. It's hard to explain, but believe me. Decent cave, not good, but not bad either. Here we're gonna have to shoot him 5 times. That's unfortunate. We did not get the transition shot. Not at all. We're gonna have to shoot him 7 times now. Please shoot liquid. Please shoot liquid. Please shoot liquid. Thank you. Well, I don't think we're gonna end up with a 7 after what happened. There we go. So we're gonna have to shoot him 1 more time, 5 more times, or 4 more times. Let go. That's it. That is actually kind of funny because I got a 7-12 on a previous one, on a practice run that, well, I guess this is what we call it, marathon's luck. Sometimes things does not go the way that you wanted it to be. And that's it. That's the end of Metal Gear Solid. Thank you guys very much for watching. Truly appreciate it. It was, I mean, the final time seems to be 1:35 something. I mean, I guess that's okay for a marathon run for a game that I did not do a lot of practice. Although I got to 128 earlier in the night, I don't know what's happening. It's all the PSTV fault. Yeah, I agree. PSTV is trash. Maybe I should switch to emulator. Although I'm not a fan of emulator, but maybe I should do so. All right, so we're muting this part because the DJ Ninjas is gonna hop in to this VOD, and all I'm gonna say is screw these people. It's sad that YouTube can't do anything about it, but that's it. That's the end of Metal Gear Solid. All bosses extreme. Thank you guys very much for watching. Truly appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. I would like to thanks and shout outs to everyone who actually participated on this event. First things first, from the owner of Lime City, Mr. D Limes 13. Thank you very much for running this event. I appreciate it, my friend. And also, I would like to give a shout out to all the runners who ran at this event, from House Test to Theory UK to Dracoden, Platonic, Blue Candle, Neemson, Iceman, Vermilion, everyone. Yeah, everyone. Everyone was running. They were sleeping. So everyone is sleeping, which means they deserve. Everyone is deserving the sleep they want, because sleeping is important. And please sleep well. I'm talking to you, D Limes, as well. So. And English Ben, Sir Schmuckle, El Pazzo, Volcanic, Silent Martyr, the other Scott, Apache, my friend Craig's, Young Snow, Sergeant Silent, Blue Metal, Joseph Joester, and also the commentators, Ingramat, Koodle, Erlin, Days Ahead, and Larster. Thank you very much for participating, and all the people who donated. If I have a list of all the people names who donated, I would like to thank every one of them, but I believe D-Limes have done the good job of doing that. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I very appreciate all of that to you guys. Thank you very much.
Well, hell, you did half of our job. We were going to kind of recap a lot of it, but you did it for us. So, repeats coming in late with the 5 gift subs. That's 5 more subs that will go towards Jag and the total. So I need to update something real quick before I transition.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go to the intermission screen, but we're gonna keep the mics hot and do a quick just kind of recap